Okay, so how are you, Damla?
Fine, Umut.
So I
What
think this
about
is
you?
this is this is going to better, right? So
Yeah,
sitting in
maybe
here,
it
so
will be
it's cool.
better.
So thank you so much, by the way, joining us today's session. So we are gonna talk about actually, you saw the topic. It's really straightforward. Uh, Today I'm gonna ask the questions, and Damla will share her experiences and introduce herself. So Damla, I talk about myself, but let's talk about you. Can you introduce yourself and talk about your background? Who is Damla? What are you doing actually? If you can share your experiences, it will be really great.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Umut. First of all, welcome everyone. My name is Damla Akpınar. I'm a master degree mathematical engineer. So I studied at Istanbul Technical University and also did my MS degree as well. Later on, actually, when I was studying still, I start doing some development for different companies, like websites, web-based applications. So I start running my own business. But at the end of the day, it was like so small kind of developments, and I was a little bit more ambitious about what can I do more. I decided to switch to a corporate company, which will be maybe a mistake, let's say.
No, no. Yeah, it's kind of personal, but yes,
Yeah.
sometimes.
So I jumped into
Yeah.
telco, which I don't really suggest to anyone. And in telco, it's like maybe, I don't know, maybe 12, 13 years I worked in telco in various companies. I started as a software developer, basically developing Java technologies. Later on, I also added myself some of DB abilities, like at that point we were, of course, working with some enterprise kind of database tools.
Yeah.
And later, since I got like experienced, I moved on to solution architecture. I start with the delivery part, then go to the pre-sales side. So start engaging with customers, suggesting big architectures for telco companies, especially on BSS side of applications. And later I got bored, to be
Wow.
honest.
Full package, by the way. So
Yeah.
you did everything.
Yeah, almost. In my development phase also, I worked as backend, front-end, DB side. So yeah, I actually experienced many kind of technologies, Java, .NET later on. At the end of the day, like many years, since I was also started working with the infrastructure for telco companies, but yet again, it's an infrastructure. I start, getting curious about cloud technologies. How can I improve myself? Because you realize that, world is evolving, and you are like, I felt like I was stuck in the same kind of technologies. So I start, training myself, building some knowledge around cloud. And
So you see the future. I mean, you
Yeah.
see what's coming next.
Yeah, and to be honest, when you check cloud, I mean, you can check the Gartner results and everything. If you want to start with something, it is definitely AWS. So it's not like now that I'm working in AWS, it's not that I am trying to, emphasize we are a huge company, but anybody can just check it online and see that AWS is holding the real big chunk of the market size. So definitely I start trying to learn from that point of view. So I start with AWS. And I realized that actually there is some certification programs that I can attend to. So, but when you are working in a corporate company, it is quite hard to manage your work-life balance and additionally try to, get a certification, etc. So I decided to quit. Anyway, I left the company, and in 1 month time, since I had the background of infrastructure as well, it was quite a quick pivot from my end. I get the certification of Solutions Architect Associate. AWS Solutions Architect Associate, and it changed my mind, my life entirely. I mean, as soon as I put it to the LinkedIn,
Yeah.
there were many, companies engaged with me. You know the lack of competence in the market right now, that people cannot find proper, cloud engineers, data engineers, etc. So it impacted a lot when you put the certification on your CV somehow, and people start reaching you out. And at that point of time, somebody reached me, and I had no idea the company was and everything. And if I were to still be working in a corporate company, I would probably say no. But since I wasn't working at all, I definitely jumped in. They said that they are a US-based gaming company, and they are looking for a cloud architect, etc. So we start, the interviews, and at that point, they realized my background and how I managed, actually, especially when I was delivering SA, like a delivery manager I was working. They said that, okay, you can take the cloud operations directly.
Oh.
So they entitled me with head of cloud operations.
Oh.
So I worked with this gaming company 2 years, and it was from scratch. We had only a monolithic, legacy application, and there was also, of course, a development team. They start building a microservice kind of an architecture on top of it. Meanwhile, me and my team start building the entire infrastructure, of course, all in AWS.
Yeah.
And we did some amazing things because we had time till the developers, developed the code in a proper way. We did an amazing CI/CD pipelines with Terraforms, and everything, deploying everything with zero human touch. So I was enjoying it, then all of a sudden, some HR picked me from AWS, and here I am.
Yeah, that's. By the way, this is really impressive because, when you look at your, your background and the business part of the job, so that you start with one small chunk and then you top off on it, and then you realize there will be a chance or opportunity in the cloud side, and you change your mindset and adapt on it, and then put, technical stuff on it. This is really impressive. And the most important thing we also talk in in our previous session, understanding the AWS certification value and putting into your CV, LinkedIn. This is really, really important.
Actually, I didn't know at that point.
Really?
I just trying to ramp up myself with the technology, and I said that because, when you are working more than 10 years at telco site, I was considering who will hire me at the end of the day,
That's great.
So I need to put something on my CV to highlight that I know something around cloud. That is how I started. But I actually amused when I see, because if you get a certification from AWS, there are, for example, secret LinkedIn communities, they immediately, but you need the certification ID to enter those communities, and there are many opportunities there as well. It's not only, the people, not AWS, the people who take the certificate makes this entire good community that you can find jobs, you can post jobs, so and people are, supporting each other, how they can, move forward with the next certification or something. So it's very nice.
So it's great. So let's talk about some games. Because we are working on the gaming side. We are playing games, and so what actually Damla, what does Damla play today? So what is right now? What are you playing? What is the passion about them? So can you talk about little gaming and stuff?
Sure. Actually, I am an early gamer, I can say, like at 80s, I was, my dad is also very into, new kind of technologies. So, whenever something pops up, he was definitely buying it. So I was kind of lucky. So I start with Commodore 65.
Like me, yeah, like me.
They show it exactly. You remember this tape drive?
Yeah,
You try
same,
to
yes.
find this right red light to start playing. So I start that way, and I played many games in my childhood. I remember, like Prince of Persia, that you need to finish it entirely. You cannot close the
Yeah,
console
good old
because there
time.
is no saving option at that point, and you need to finish.